This piece deals with traditional construction and its definitions. Traditional construction means brickwork or stonework facing, right? Well, not all. In this case, this is an old building, an old Victorian building, and it's solid masonry. Those solid external walls and some of the internal walls bearing the load of the floors, the roofs, and all the building contents up above. But from the 1920s, 1930s, we switched to using load-bearing cavity masonry walls with an inner skin of blockwork and outer skin of facing brickwork. And increasingly we used reinforced concrete for upper floors and balconies. These walls have cavities, but the cavities are sealed. Well, about 50 or 60 years ago, we started building with load-bearing timber-framed structures or reinforced concrete or steel-framed structures. And these types of buildings have cavities. Sometimes the facing brickwork looks as if it might be load-bearing, but in point of fact, the brickwork is supported off the frame and it's difficult to see. Here's an example where they've used such facing brickwork. So, since the 1980s, we know from experience that there are design and workmanship issues with unseen cavities, and we've used flammable cladding on the outside of many of our buildings as well. And these materials are less tolerant of poor workmanship, shall we say. So there are consequences for assessing fire safety risks and drawing the right conclusions on the design and construction of buildings. Here's some examples of sections through timber frame buildings. Indeed, the one on the left there comprises steel studwork or SFS framing. So it could be timber or more recently steel frame buildings, but they've got cavities. And here's an example of our older load-bearing masonry type of external walls.
A 5-year-old, 3-story block of 9 apartments. Now, who'd think that this was a load-bearing timber frame construction? Pitched roof, some render and facing brickwork. And as we go closer to this flank wall, facing brickwork, and you can see it's a stretcher bond.
So my message is fire risk assessors need to hone their visual and tactile skills when they come to inspecting buildings, and to upskill and learn how to carry out fairly straightforward type 2 and type 4 risk assessments. So because for many buildings it only takes a little bit of opening up, a little bit of investigative work to reveal and confirm how a building is constructed, and to establish whether a more thorough and detailed investigation might be required later on by a specialist. You may find, or you may see signs of defects, or for example missing cavity barriers, etc. I'm not suggesting that all low and medium rise buildings are defective or inadequately protected, but look at the bigger picture is my message. Focus when you're undertaking fire risk assessments on determining whether it is traditional construction or not. Understand what you're looking at. Do not assume. Beware. Thank you.